Imagine this. What if everything you thought was freedom, the ability to do whatever you want, buy whatever you desire, binge whatever you love, was actually a well-designed prison? A prison so seductive you didn't even notice you were locked in. You feel good, but you're not free. You're entertained, but you're not alive. This isn't a science fiction movie. This is real. This is now. Today, we'll explore how the pursuit of pleasure, once a symbol of human progress, has quietly become the most effective form of slavery in modern society. Inspired by Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, we'll dive into psychology, philosophy, real-life stories, and, most importantly, how you can break free. Let's begin. Aldous Huxley's dystopia didn't rely on pain to subdue people, it used pleasure. In Brave New World, people weren't oppressed by force. They were pacified by soma, a feel-good drug that erased all discomfort. They weren't ruled by tyrants, but by indulgence. It was genius, terrifyingly so, because no one wanted freedom anymore. They loved their chains. That vision, once deemed fiction, now feels eerily familiar. Today's soma isn't a pill. It's a scroll, a swipe, a like. It's Netflix, TikTok, fast fashion, and one-click shopping. A society where we no longer need chains. The algorithm is the warden, and we are the obedient prisoners. Modern psychology confirms this. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi's concept of flow shows that engagement can be healthy, but we've twisted it. Algorithms use these insights not to help us grow, but to keep us hooked. Our craving for pleasure is predictable and profitable. The more predictable we are, the easier it is to control us. Real-life story. Lisa and the Endless Scroll. Lisa was a college student who used to read books before bed. But somewhere along the way, she replaced those pages with endless scrolling. 10 minutes turned into 2 hours. She'd wake up groggy, anxious, and disconnected, but still reached for her phone. "I don't even know what I'm looking for," she once told her therapist. Lisa wasn't lazy. She was trapped. Not by force, but by carefully engineered pleasure loops. Like many, she confused comfort with freedom. The hedonic treadmill. The hedonic treadmill is a psychological concept that explains why more pleasure never satisfies. Whether it's a new car, a relationship, or a vacation, the happiness fades. We adapt. Then we chase again. It's like running on a treadmill expecting to reach a destination. This endless cycle drains our spirit. We become dopamine addicts, wired for chasing, but never arriving. And that is the great trap. We confuse stimulation with satisfaction. Section 2. The Attention Economy. Modern slavery in disguise. Imagine a marketplace where the most valuable thing is not money, not gold, but your attention. Every second you spend on a screen is a transaction. And guess what? You're not the customer. You're the product. As former Google designer Tristan Harris put it, if you're not paying for the product, you are the product. The platforms you use don't want your happiness. They want your attention. Why? Because attention equals profit. And the best way to keep you hooked is by stimulating pleasure. Variable rewards, dopamine hits, just like slot machines. Story. The consultant who couldn't feel Darren was a high-earning digital consultant. His life looked perfect. Remote job, freedom to travel, high salary. But something felt off. He started feeling numb. Food didn't taste the same. Music no longer moved him. Even sex felt mechanical. After seeing a therapist, Darren realized he had overloaded his pleasure circuits. Dopamine fatigue. He had been living a hyper-pleasure life, always seeking more, faster, easier, but it cost him the ability to feel. Darren is not alone. Many are facing this quiet epidemic. Section 3. The cost of comfort. Comfort feels good, but it comes at a cost. The more comfortable our lives become, the less resilient we are. Philosopher Alexis de Tocqueville once warned that a soft tyranny would arise, not through violence, but through ease. And that's exactly what we see today. Smart homes that do everything for us. Apps that eliminate friction. AI that thinks so we don't have to. We are becoming comfortable slaves. Dependent, passive, conditioned. Reflection, from Kierkegaard to Frankl. Danish philosopher Søren Kierkegaard called it the despair of the aesthetic life, a life focused on pleasure at the expense of meaning. Austrian psychologist Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, went further. He said that when life lacks meaning, we seek distraction. Frankl's answer? Don't chase happiness. Find purpose. Meaning doesn't entertain. It anchors. It gives us a reason to endure, to suffer, to rise. Ask yourself, when was the last time you did something meaningful instead of something easy? Section 4. Consumerism, Identity, and the Illusion of More. In a society driven by consumerism, you're not defined by your virtues. You're defined by your purchases. Your value is measured by what you wear, drive, own, not who you are or how you serve. And here's the real trap. More is never enough. The newest phone gets old within months. The dream house loses its sparkle. Even fame fades. But the system needs you to keep chasing, because a satisfied person doesn't consume. That's why advertisers don't sell products. They sell lifestyles. They don't sell phones. They sell belonging. Story. The YouTuber who burned out. Mia was a YouTube creator with over 1 million subscribers. Fame, money, influence. She had it all. But after 4 years of constant content creation, she had a breakdown. I didn't know who I was anymore, she said. I only knew what the algorithm wanted. Mia had mistaken performance for purpose, metrics for meaning. She walked away, started over, and now teaches digital detox and mindfulness. Section 5. The Slow Path to Freedom. If pleasure is the trap, what is the way out? The answer is uncomfortable. Discipline, discomfort, depth. Philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." When you live with purpose, you're no longer seduced by cheap pleasures. Purpose demands effort, focus, reflection, sacrifice, but it gives something better: fulfillment. And here's the paradox. Real freedom feels hard because it requires self-governance. Micro-actions to reclaim freedom. Turn off notifications for 1 day per week. Replace 10 minutes of social scrolling with journaling. Do one thing each week that makes you uncomfortable. On purpose. Ask yourself, is this pleasure serving me or enslaving me? These choices are small, but in a pleasure-driven world, they are acts of rebellion. Section 6. Finding your why. The most powerful way to escape the pleasure trap is not to resist every desire, but to replace them with something deeper. Your why is your reason for being. Viktor Frankl, Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, said, "Life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by lack of meaning and purpose. Meaning turns pain into growth. It transforms distractions into direction. But your why must be discovered, not assigned. It is not found in apps or trends, but in silence, in struggle, and in service. Practice. The three doors of meaning. Viktor Frankl proposed three sources of meaning. 1. Creating. Use your talents to build or express something valuable. 2. Experiencing. Fully live moments of love, beauty, or connection. 3. Suffering with courage. Transform pain into purpose. These are not abstract theories. They are daily decisions. Section 7. True happiness isn't pleasure, it's fulfillment. Ancient Greek philosophers had a word for true happiness: eudaimonia, the flourishing life. It's not about constant pleasure, but living in alignment with virtue, purpose, and growth. You don't need to give up joy, you just need to elevate it. Trade numb distractions for meaningful pursuits. Trade dopamine hits for dignity. Trade more for enough, and you will begin to taste freedom. Section 8. Final reflection and call to action. Aldous Huxley warned us, a really efficient totalitarian state is one in which the population loves their servitude. And that is the world we now inhabit. But here's the good news. You still have a choice. Every time you choose purpose over pleasure, you weaken the system that feeds on your passivity. Every act of mindfulness, discipline, reflection is a small revolution. So here's the question. What is one pleasure you can give up this week to reclaim just a little bit of your freedom? If this message resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Start the conversation. Be the spark. Because the world doesn't need more comfort. It needs more people willing to awaken. Thank you for watching. Now go live your life fully, intentionally, and freely.